So, alternate picking, it can be quite a hard nut to crack. But in this lesson here, I'm going to give you a secret to not only how to become better at alternate picking, but also to use it earlier when you're actually performing. And I call it softening the alternate picking discipline up a little bit by using hammer-ons and pull-offs. And it's not just a matter of making it easier. It's actually an effective strategy when it comes to practicing alternate picking, because you get an inlet. When you want to jump very far, if you're standing on your two legs and I ask you to jump as far as you can, then you might, you go like that. And then, but if you really want to jump far, you want to have an inlet. You want to, come running into the jump, right? And if I ask you to then, once you've jumped over there, then you jump right back again, right away, right? That's going to be a different thing than having an actual inlet. And the inlet is the hammer-ons and pull-offs, is that break you get. And the first thing I'm going to show you is something that I managed to play fast pretty quickly when I was practicing alternate picking. Basically, I'm just going to show you this with a 3-note per string blues scale or pentatonic shape, where I have the 12th, the 15th, and the 17th on the high E string. And then what I do is I pick the notes up there, so I go down, up, down. So down in the 12th, up in the 15th, and down in the 17th fret. And then I pull them off. So I pull off down to the 15th, and I pull off down to the 12th, and then I hit the note in the 15th fret on the B string, and then right back to the E string, and then I'm full circle. So I go. And it's super effective, and it works really well with the that alternate picking sound where you have the attacks and then the pull-offs that are attackless. So again, I'm just going to play it for you slowly here. So I go up, down, pull off, up, down, pull off. And that is not an insignificant alternate picking action, because I'm doing a string shift and then I'm going ba da da, ba da da da, ba da da da. And the way to practice that is basically to drop the notes in the beginning and just go up, down, up, down. All right. So let me see if I can just get another not quite as aggressive effect here. So I go up, down, up, down. Up, down, on the high E string, right? So up on the E string, and then down, up, down on the high E string. And then you can simply, did I say E? I mean B string. We start on the B string with that upstroke. And then you can basically go, right? And then you can really hear how good you are at alternate picking, because for the first time there's no notes to mask the pick stroke, right? And your whole brain, your whole focus is just on those pick strokes and the sound of them. And that is such a great practice method, because now the brain can actually evaluate, how did I do? When you have notes connected to it, it doesn't evaluate like that, because you can't hear it. Then, you might miss a pick stroke, but then you kind of hammer on the note anyway, and there's distortion on, so you can't really hear it. And so the brain doesn't really have a learning environment in which it can become better. But when you separate it out, then it's a meditation, right? That you can really, and then you have that break in between also. So you hear ba-da-da-da, 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 ba-da-da-da. It becomes one thing that you're doing over and over again with a tiny little break in between, so the brain can hear, how did I do? How did I do? Play it, how did I do? How did I do? Let's change it, that's such a great exercise. So you do that, and then you put notes to it afterwards. Also, the strings feel slightly different to pick when you're fretting them rather than when you're muting them. If you do this for hours with the muted strings, then once you go back to the notes, it's going to be like, hey. Then put notes to it. At least practice 50% without notes, just with muted strings, and then 50% with the notes. It is the right hand that's going to be the heaviest part of this anyway. And what you can also do, just another exercise you can simply do, just play 6 notes up and down. So if I have the 7th, let me see if I can get back to my little... Really, yeah, I've got some good delay running today. But so what I do is I pick the note in the 8th fret, the 10th fret, and the 12th fret on the B string, and I go down, up, down, right? And then I hit the 8th fret on the high E string in the 8th fret, and then I just do hammer-ons and pull-offs from there. Right? Once I get to the 12th fret, or the string shift again, I start picking again, so I go 12, 10, and 8, and then back again to the 10th and the 12th. And then I hit that note on the top E string, and then I just do hammer-ons and pull-offs from there. So what I end up doing is this. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Down, up, down, up, down. Then play that super slowly for you, just from the 12th fret here. So I go. And from the top, down, up, down, up, right? It's a really effective little... And again, practice without, with no fingering down here. So you simply go down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Now we have an outside string shift instead of an inside. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Right? It really works very well. So have fun with it, and I hope to see you in another video here popping up on the screen. Don't forget to go download the free course on alternate picking below. See you around.